Welcome to Penny Collector, the channel where we bring you the hidden stories, fascinating history, and surprising values of coins that many people see every day but rarely stop to appreciate. Today, we're going to take a very close look at the 1990 United States 1-cent coin, commonly known as the Lincoln penny. At first glance, this coin might look like ordinary change that has been sitting in your pocket, but the truth is, when we look at its design, its history, its minting details, and especially its condition and mint mark, we discover a story that is much bigger than just 1 cent. In particular, the 1990 penny with the RF mint mark has become interesting to collectors, and in good condition, its value can be more than you might expect in today's coin market. The Lincoln cent is one of the most iconic coins in American history. It was first introduced in 1909 to commemorate the 100th anniversary of Abraham Lincoln's birth. The obverse side of the coin features a portrait of Abraham Lincoln, designed by Victor David Brenner. This design became the first regular-issue U.S. coin to feature the portrait of a real historical figure, rather than a symbolic image. On the reverse, until 1958, the penny carried the design of two wheat stalks, but from 1959 to 2008, it displayed the Lincoln Memorial in Washington, D.C., designed by Frank Gasparro. The 1990 cent falls into this Lincoln Memorial era. That means on one side, you see the strong profile of Lincoln, while on the other side, you see the classic memorial building, complete with tiny details of the statue of Lincoln seated inside. The 1990 cent coin is made primarily of copper-plated zinc, following the change that was introduced in 1982 when rising copper prices made it too expensive to continue making cents from solid bronze. The coin weighs 2.5 grams, has a diameter of 19 millimeters, and a plain edge. The switch from mostly copper to copper-plated zinc is one reason collectors can distinguish cents from before and after the early 1980s. While the composition of the 1990 penny is not rare in itself, the condition of the coin and its mint mark can make it valuable. The RF mint designation is unusual compared to the standard P for Philadelphia, D for Denver, and S for San Francisco. Because of its rarity, collectors who come across a 1990 cent marked RF know that they may be holding something worth far more than face value. Condition is one of the most important factors when it comes to coin collecting. Coins that have been heavily circulated and show a lot of wear are usually only worth their face value, even if they are several decades old. But when you find a coin in good condition, with sharp details of Lincoln's hair, beard, and facial features, along with a clear and crisp image of the Lincoln Memorial on the reverse, then the coin becomes much more attractive to collectors. Professional grading services use the Sheldon scale, which ranges from 1 to 70. Coins graded mint state 60 or higher are considered uncirculated, and examples graded mint state 65 or above are the real prize. A 1990 penny in mint state with the RF mint mark can climb in value dramatically compared to circulated examples. Errors are another feature that can raise the value of the 1990 cent. Double-die obverse coins, off-center strikes, or other minting errors are always of interest to collectors. These errors can range from subtle details, such as slight doubling of the date or lettering, to dramatic mistakes like a severely misaligned strike. Collectors are fascinated by these coins because they represent rare moments in the minting process where perfection slipped and something unique was created. Depending on the type of error, the value of a 1990 penny can increase from just a few dollars to hundreds of dollars in the collector market. When it comes to market value today, the range is wide depending on condition and rarity. A 1990 penny that is worn and circulated will generally still only be worth 1 cent, but in good condition, especially with the RF mint mark, the value can reach several dollars. Uncirculated examples that have been preserved carefully can bring $10, $20, or more, especially when certified by grading services like PCGS or NGC. Proof versions from 1990, struck at the San Francisco Mint, are also very attractive to collectors and can sell at higher prices, especially those that display deep cameo contrasts. Auction results show that collectors are willing to pay premiums for the best examples of coins from this era. Beyond value, the 1990-cent coin carries historical and cultural importance. Abraham Lincoln remains one of the most beloved presidents in American history. He guided the nation through the Civil War, delivered the Gettysburg Address, and worked tirelessly to preserve the Union and abolish slavery. The Lincoln Memorial on the reverse of the coin is one of the most visited monuments in Washington, D.C., symbolizing Lincoln's legacy of unity and freedom. Owning a 1990 Lincoln penny is not just about having a piece of money. It is about holding a tiny symbol of Lincoln's vision and America's history. Next up, we turn our focus to the 1994 Lincoln 1-cent coin with the D mint mark struck at the Denver Mint. At first sight, it may look like just another ordinary penny that has been used in countless transactions, but when you take a closer look at its history, design, condition, and collector value, you will see that this coin has much more to offer. For collectors and history lovers alike, the 1994 D penny represents both an enduring tribute to Abraham Lincoln and a collectible treasure that can hold surprising value in today's market. The Lincoln cent is one of the longest-running coin series in American history. It was first issued in 1909 to celebrate the 100th anniversary of Abraham Lincoln's birth, and it marked the very first time a real historical figure appeared on a circulating U.S. coin. The design was created by Victor David Brenner, whose initials VDB can still be found on modern issues. By 1994, the penny had long since transitioned to the Lincoln Memorial reverse design, which had been introduced in 1959 to mark the 150th anniversary of Lincoln's birth. On the obverse, you see Lincoln's dignified portrait, and on the reverse, the grand image of the Lincoln Memorial in Washington, D.C. If you look closely enough at the memorial design, you can even see the tiny outline of the seated Lincoln statue inside, a remarkable detail that many people never notice. The 1994 penny is made of copper-plated zinc, a composition that had been standard since 1982, when the cost of copper became too high to continue making pennies from nearly solid bronze. This change resulted in a coin that weighs 2.5 grams, has a diameter of 19 millimeters, and features a plain edge. While the composition itself is not rare, the mint mark can play a significant role in determining interest among collectors. The D mint mark on the 1994 penny indicates that it was struck at the Denver Mint, one of the primary facilities of the United States Mint that has produced countless coins for circulation throughout the country. Condition is one of the most important aspects of the coin's value. A heavily worn 1994 D penny that has passed through thousands of hands will usually be worth only face value. However, when a coin has been preserved in good condition, with sharp details visible in Lincoln's beard, hair, and the lettering of "In God We Trust," as well as clean, crisp lines on the Lincoln Memorial on the reverse, it becomes more attractive to collectors. Coins in uncirculated or near uncirculated condition can command higher prices, especially when certified by professional grading services such as PCGS or NGC. High-grade examples in mint state 65 or above often sell for several dollars each, far above their humble 1-cent face value. Another factor that can raise the value of the 1994 D penny is the presence of minting errors. Throughout U.S. mint history, mistakes such as double die strikes, off-center strikes, or misaligned dies have created coins that collectors love to hunt for. For example, a 1994 D penny with a dramatic off-center strike or a clear double die on the obverse could sell for much more than a regular strike in similar condition. Even smaller errors such as die cracks or filled die varieties add uniqueness to the coin and can boost its appeal in the numismatic market. Next up, we are going to talk about the 1989-cent coin with the RF mint, a piece that may look ordinary at first, but actually holds a fascinating history and a surprising place in the collector's market. Whether you are new to coin collecting or have been in this hobby for years, this video will give you an in-depth look at why the 1989-cent coin is still one of the most interesting finds for people who value both history and money. The 1989-cent coin is part of the long-running Lincoln cent series, which has been in circulation for over 100 years. On the obverse side, you will see the famous portrait of Abraham Lincoln, designed by Victor David Brenner, which first appeared in 1909 and continues to this day. Under Lincoln's profile sits the year 1989, along with the RF mint mark that identifies its place of origin. On the reverse side, the coin displays the Lincoln Memorial, designed by Frank Gasparro, which was the standard reverse design from 1959 until 2008. Every detail of this design connects us to Lincoln's legacy and to a proud chapter in American history. When talking about the value of this coin, the condition is the most important factor. A coin from 1989 that has been circulated heavily may only be worth its face value of 1 cent, but a coin in good condition with sharp details and the RF mint mark becomes far more interesting to collectors. The better the surfaces, the stronger the lettering, and the more original luster a coin has, the higher its desirability. Collectors and dealers always pay more for coins that have been preserved well, because they are harder to find with each passing year. In today's market, the value of a 1989-cent coin in average circulated condition is usually small, but when the coin is in good condition or even uncirculated, it can fetch higher prices. Collectors may pay anywhere from a few cents up to several dollars, depending on the condition and demand. In rare cases, coins with exceptional preservation and unique qualities can even go for tens of dollars at auctions or private sales. The RF mint mark adds to its character and makes it stand out from other common coins of the same year, which is why collectors keep an eye out for this specific type. The importance of the 1989 cent also lies in its connection to history. Coins are not just pieces of metal, they are small time machines that carry us back to the years they were minted. In 1989, the world was changing in major ways. Think about the historical events, the culture, and the economy of that time. Holding a coin from that year is like holding a piece of that moment in your hand. It reminds us that money is not only about spending, but also about preserving the stories of the past. For coin collectors, every detail matters, and the 1989 cent is no exception. The mint mark, the sharpness of the design, the shine of the surfaces, and even small errors or variations can make a big difference in its value. That is why people continue to search through their pocket change, old coin jars, and inherited collections, hoping to find coins like this one. The thrill of discovery, combined with the possibility of value, is what keeps this hobby so exciting. So, if you happen to find a 1989 cent coin with the RF mint mark in good condition, don't ignore it. Study it, keep it safe, and know that you are holding a piece of history that could be worth more than just 1 cent. Even if its market value is just a few dollars today, who knows how much it might be worth in the future as fewer and fewer of these coins remain in top condition. That is the beauty of coin collecting. It's not only about money, it's about history, rarity, and the passion of collecting. Next up, we are going to talk about the 2006 cent coin with the D mint mark, a coin that represents modern coinage, but still carries collectible interest when found in good condition. At first glance, many people think coins from the 2000s are too common to be valuable, but as any true collector knows, condition, mint mark, and preservation play a huge role in determining their worth. The 2006 cent with the D mint mark is a perfect example of a coin that many people overlook, but coin collectors appreciate for its quality, design, and potential future value. The 2006 cent belongs to the Lincoln Memorial Reverse Series, which ran from 1959 until 2008, before being replaced by the Lincoln Bicentennial designs in 2009. On the obverse side, we see the classic portrait of Abraham Lincoln, designed by Victor David Brenner, which has been used for more than a century on U.S. 1-cent coins. The year 2006 is clearly struck below Lincoln's profile, and the D mint mark stands proudly under the date, showing that this coin was minted in Denver. On the reverse side, you will find the Lincoln Memorial design created by Frank Gasparo, which is full of detail and even shows a tiny image of Lincoln's statue inside the memorial if you look closely with a magnifying glass. Now let us talk about the condition and market value. For coins minted in 2006, billions were produced, which makes them common in circulation. However, most coins quickly show signs of wear, scratches, or discoloration from years of use. A 2006 cent with the D mint mark in average circulated condition is generally worth just its face value of 1 cent. But when the coin is preserved in good condition, with sharp details, clean surfaces, and strong luster, it becomes far more desirable to collectors. Uncirculated coins, or those in mint state grades, can fetch prices higher than face value, with some reaching a few dollars depending on the grading and demand in the numismatic market. It is important to note that the D mint mark adds another layer of interest. Coins from the Denver Mint are always collected alongside those from Philadelphia, and for people who like to build complete sets, the D mint mark is essential. While the 2006 D set is not considered rare today, coins in perfect condition, especially those graded by professional grading services as MS-65 or higher, can hold more value. This shows us that even modern coins have collectible potential when preserved properly. Beyond the market price, the 2006 cent with the D mint mark carries historical importance as one of the final years before the Lincoln Memorial design was retired. Just 3 years later, in 2009, the U.S. Mint introduced 4 new reverse designs to celebrate the 200th anniversary of Abraham Lincoln's birth, and in 2010, the Shield reverse was introduced. That means every coin from the early 2000s is now part of the last chapter of the Lincoln Memorial series, making them more special to collectors who want to preserve complete sets of this iconic design. For coin collectors, it's not always about rarity, but also about collecting history, and that is why coins like the 2006 D cent remain interesting. If you take the time to examine the coins you have, you may find that 1 cent piece in excellent condition that deserves to be saved in your collection rather than spent. Think of coins like this as small time capsules, reminding us of the era they were minted in, the design choices of the mint, and the ongoing story of U.S. coinage. So, if you have a 2006 cent coin with the D mint mark, check its condition carefully. If it is worn and scratched, it may just be worth face value, but if it shines with original luster and shows no signs of wear, you could have a piece worth holding on to. In the future, collectors will be glad to have pristine examples of coins like this, especially as high-grade coins get scarcer with time. Thank you for watching this video on the 2006 cent coin with the D mint mark. I hope you enjoyed learning about its history, its design, and its potential value in today's coin market. If you love coins and want to discover more stories about rare, old, and modern coins, don't forget to subscribe to my channel, Penny Collector. Make sure to hit the like button, share this video with other collectors, and leave a comment below if you have a 2006 D cent coin in your collection. Stay tuned for more amazing coin videos, and always remember to keep searching, keep collecting, and keep history alive in your hands.